Hi, I'm Joni Patrie, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the new moon that happens in January, and it's going to be January 29th. And this new moon occurs at 15 degrees of Capricorn. And this is important because Capricorn deals with governments. And for this new moon happening here at 15 degrees, right smack dab in the middle of the sign, this is important because it's the beginning of new government rule. And this isn't just in the United States, it's around the world. So before I get going, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org. And while you're there, sign up for my free newsletter, check out my Patreon page. Become part of our spiritual community. We have live classes weekly, so many opportunities, my magazine. You can even win a free reading with me. Check out all the opportunities in my Patreon while you're there. As well as, don't forget, I'm going to be starting the University of Vedic Astrology. We're going to be starting semester 1, where you can learn to become an astrologer, and this is going to be the first week of February. So get ready, go to universityofvedicastrology.com, and don't forget about my galactic planner. If you want all the predictions to your personal chart delivered to your phone, in your calendar, so you know what each day is good for what, go to Galactic Planner. You will have your personal astrologer in the palm of your hand. You're gonna love it. Try it out. Just see what I mean. It's galacticplanner.com. Let's get going. Let's talk about this new moon in Capricorn because there's some amazing things going on here. And it is that with this new moon in Capricorn, it is in the nakshatra called Shravana. And Shravana is such a beautiful nakshatra because it deals with listening, counseling, people that truly hear things, because the symbol for Shravana is the ear. So it's about listening and learning. When you listen and you're not doing all the talking, it's more likely you're going to be learning things. So it is time to stand back and listen to what's going on in the world. That's what this tells us. And this is a powerful new moon. Not only does this deal with governments and leaders, but when you look at the fact that this new moon being in Capricorn, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. I just happened to notice that Saturn on this day of the new moon sits at 22 degrees of Aquarius. And the reason why that is so significant to me is that Saturn is casting a perfect trine to the Sun in the United States chart that I use, which is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which is July 4th, 1776. The Sun sits at 22 Gemini. Now, here's why this is important. Now, in Vedic astrology, we look at certain aspects for the planets that are 100% in power. But there's an aspect of Vedic astrology called Nadi astrology. And some of you have maybe not heard of it, but Saturn in Nadi astrology, its 100% in power aspect is the trine. So what happens is Saturn is connecting to any planet that's in a trinal aspect with 100% power. So it's like it's Saturn's conjunct the Sun in the USA chart. And this is heavy, because the Sun is the leader. Now we've got this new moon happening in Capricorn, leadership, government. This represents there's something that is dangerous happening to the leadership. And I could go ahead and say it, it's the president. The Sun in the United States chart, or any chart for a country, represents the president or the prime minister, okay? So this is leading us to believe there is some major issues of something brewing under the surface concerning the leadership, concerning the government. And another thing is with Shravana, We have to start listening more to the people. What do the people want? And I think that's a big change that's happening too. There is going to be more listening. And if not, there's going to be a lot more trouble. So be aware that things are changing for the good and things are going to, I think, be better. But there is this heaviness that's going to happen, something concerning the U.S., but this doesn't just apply to the U.S. This 22-degree mark is a master number. There's something very important with government and change and transition around the world that this new moon is telling us. So another thing is that coming up really soon, Mars during the time of this new moon is sitting at 27 degrees of Gemini. And what's important is Mars is sending a quincunx, an 8-6 relationship to this new moon. It's not exact, but it will be exact. And around the first week of February, Mars will be in the 8th quincunx aspect to the Sun. So February and the end of January are a bit dangerous. And dangerous for world leaders and especially Trump. I mean, will we ever get out of this? It just seems like the answer is it never ends. And I wish that it would end. But here's another really, really important thing around this new moon. So listen up here. By the 31st of January and starting around this new moon, we have Venus, Neptune, and Rahu together. And this is truly important. Now, on the positive side, which it's mainly positive, I believe, because it deals with an appreciation for beauty and the arts. And when I say the arts, I mean all of the arts. So I mean music, I mean movies, I mean paintings, I mean writing, books, novels. All these beautiful expressions are going to be coming out. Incredible works of art in all areas, new music, new movies that really do open our mind to looking at the world from a different perspective. It's all changing. This is a remarkable time to be alive. And here's why I think it's so wonderful. And I've said this before, you're going to get it through your head. Venus is going to be in Pisces all the way through into May, right? So during this time that Venus is here in Pisces, it's exalted, so that accentuates everything to do with the arts and beauty. But it also exchanges with Jupiter, because Jupiter's in Taurus, ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. So this exchange of signs brings out Venus and Jupiter in an extraordinarily powerful way, dealing with beauty and the arts. It's going to be, and I think it's a shame that the arts are not appreciated like I feel like they should be. I mean, everything's about making money and just, you know, all of the material things. And I know that some families won't allow their children to even go into a field of the arts because it doesn't make money like engineering or computers. So the arts, it's going to have a comeback where it's appreciated. And yes, there needs to be more valuable ways that art can be appreciated and make money. Not just have a select few that make the top painting in the world that's going to make money, or a song or music. There's going to be a more leveling out where it makes it more of value to go into the artistic field. This is going to be more appreciated, is what I'm saying. Now, another thing that I want to warn people of, that's the beautiful side of it. The negative side of it is when Neptune and Venus and Rahu come together, be aware if you are looking to fall in love and find a new love, that you will go into a realm of have a spell cast on you. I always say Neptune is a spell. It is. And so it's with Venus, which is love. And Rahu, which magnifies it all 100 times. So be very careful if you fall in love during this time, because it may not last. Because once these planets separate, all of a sudden you wake up from the spell and you think, what in the world was I thinking? Because it is like a spell. But I will say this, try to be realistic. It's really hard with Neptune because it really does take over and you can't see. It's a drug. But try to be realistic as you can. Ask yourself, am I being realistic about this person? Am I being realistic about this relationship? I mean, they live on the other side of the world or something ridiculous that you should know on a conscious, realistic level. It can't work. So protect yourself. Do not let yourself fall in love and fall into the trap of a heartbreak with this Neptune, Venus, Rahu. Okay? Be realistic. So that's my warnings about love. But my appreciation is that the arts will, all sorts of incredible music and things will come out within the next 4 to 5 months. But looking at this is the start. The new moon is the start of this. And realize that governments and things are changing radically and dramatically. And there is a lot that leaders around the world need to be careful of, and that is their safety. So with that, I think I'll close. If you would like more information about me, if you would like a reading, if you would like my galactic planner, if you would like to sign up for my free newsletter or Patreon, all of this can be accessed on my website, galacticcenter.org. And don't forget my university starting. Become my student. Learn the divine science of Vedic astrology. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com and become my student. Thank you.